இந்த நூலகத்தின் உள்ளடக்கத்தை எல்லோரும் இலவசமாக நாடு தழுவி பயன்படுத்தலாம்.
আমাদের ন্যাশনাল ডিজিটাল লাইব্রেরি এমন একটা প্ল্যাটফর্ম যা আমাদের সভ্যতা, সংস্কৃতি এবং শিক্ষার সম্পদকে বাঁচিয়ে রাখতে সাহায্য করে।
The true success of a library lies with its users. Hence, I invite all of India to make use of this platform.
I am National Digital Library of India.
I am in National Digital Library of India.
I am the National Digital Library of India.
मैं National Digital Library of India.
मैं National Digital Library of India.
నేను National Digital Library of India.
હું છું National Digital Library of India.
நான் இந்தியாவின் தேசிய நூலகம்.
मी निरुपमा बावडेकर नॅशनल डिजिटल लायब्ररी ऑफ इंडिया आहे.
I am National Digital Library of India.
मैं National Digital Library of India.
আমি ন্যাশনাল ডিজিটাল লাইব্রেরি।
We are National Digital Library of India.
Okay, so that was a quick video about NDLI. I know some of you may not have been able to watch it due to the bandwidth issue. However, so we will start the session now. Okay, is the presentation visible to everyone? If yes, kindly put a chat message. Yes, it's visible, so that I can start the session. Thank you. So let me start the session. So as I mentioned, my name is Dr. Vignesh. I am part of the National Digital Library of India team, and I look after the outreach of National Digital Library of India resources. So we have NDLI has over 4.8 crore resources as of today, and we have closer to 55 lakh users in over 300 languages. And so before I like get deep into the presentation, I just wanted to tell you that we have a small questions and a feedback form which will have questions about this presentation and also about NDLI and the feedback about this session. So kindly listen to the presentation carefully so that you can respond to the questions and the feedback after the end of this session. So today we are going to look at five or six things. One is why NDLI and who is this for, what kind of content we have at NDLI and how to access NDLI, what's the difference between Google and NDLI, and how to operate NDLI Club. So these are the things that we are going to look at in this session today. So before we get into this slides, I just wanted to tell you why NDLI. So in during 2014 and 15, so the then MHRD minister, there were a lot of proposals for financial support goes to MHRD. The financial requirements are submitted to MHRD. So most of the centrally funded institutions send their budget for approval to MHRD. So there it's like every institution puts their budget for various heads, and the library heads is also one of them. So these institutions, centrally sponsored institutions, supported institutions, these institutions submit their library budget. So that budget is anywhere between 15 crore rupees to 25 crore rupees every year for procuring library resources. And so most of these institutions almost subscribe to the same resources, with some exceptions where the specialization is there. And the then MHRD minister thought, so maybe this kind of resources may not be available in all the educational institutions that are available in this country. So why can't we look at having a centralized repository of resources in which, to begin with, at least the open and free knowledge resources are captured, and then gradually, when there is the time, all these budgets which are kept for these institution can be pulled together to procure national licenses. So that's what the idea mooted, and the IIT Kharagpur team, led by the then director of IIT Kharagpur, Professor Patapratim Chakrabarti, Professor Patam Devidas, Mr. Nandgopal Chattopadhyay. The team came together and they worked on this idea, and then they conceived this program called National Digital Library of India. And this program was launched as a pilot program in 2016 with very limited resources and with very limited users. This is the background that I wanted to share it with you. Now let's look at the perspective of NDLI. Why NDLI? So look at this India map. So this is as per 2011 census literacy rate of this country, except very few states and the union territories like Goa, Kerala, Tripura, and Mizoram, where the literacy level is above 85-90%. In rest of the states, it's below 80%. In northern states, it's less than 75% also. So, keeping in this view, and also there is a fact that every month, at least 1 million, that is 10 lakh people are turning into 18 years. That means they are getting into the higher educational stream. So in order to address this educational divide, India needs at least 6 universities and 270 colleges every month to address this education divide, right? But if we have to address through a physical infrastructure, it would cost anywhere between 60,000 crore to 1 lakh crore every month. And then the operational expenses separate. So setting up an institution is easy, but sustaining these institutions are a tough situation. So the government looked at alternative ways of addressing this gap. So they looked at digital solutions like NDLI, Swayam, NPTEL, Swayam Prabha, Gyan. All these are supplementary and complementary learning resource materials. So the NDLI was launched, dedicated to the nation on 19 June 2018 by the then MHRD minister. Okay, now let's look at what do we have at NDLI. So at NDLI, we primarily have metadata only. We don't store any full text. This is primarily to avoid the copyright issue, right? So many of you know the metadata. Metadata is nothing but data about data, or in a crude way, basic information about a resource. So we primarily store the metadata in our repository. So we actually act as an integrator, content integrator. So we provide our platform to various content, digital content providers. Say, for example, Bangalore University, Bardiyar University, Bharathidasan University, IIT Mumbai, IIT Kharagpur. So all these institutions have contributed the resources. So we act as a content aggregator. So the full text resources are available with the respective content contributors. We only store the metadata. So we basically how we do is, I'll show you a slide. So this slide will give you an idea. Say, for example, if we go to say IIT Bombay, what we do is whatever digital resources that they have in their repository, we like help them in creating an IDR in case if they don't have, and if they have ideas, we just help them in putting the metadata in our format. Metadata is basic information about that resource, and then we do a harvesting in our NDLI database, right? So we just pull the metadata, we just take the basic information about the resource, and the original resource lies with IIT Bombay only. Suppose if someone wants to access, say for example, a researcher wants to access a resource from IIT Bombay, he searches in NDLI repository, And suppose if the resource is coming from IIT Bombay, we just go to IIT Bombay and tell them like, this person A needs this resource, kindly provide them. So they will give the access and you can download and use the resource. So this is how the NDLI platform operates. So there are three types of content that are available at NDLI. One is born digital object. That means these contents are created in a digital format only. Say for example, last year, suppose if you have submitted your thesis, you might have typed it in the computer or a laptop, and then you converted this into a Word document, or converted into a PDF, written it in a CD or DVD, give it to your college or university for award of the degree, right? You submitted the entire thesis, which might come into the Shodh Ganga, implement Shodh Ganga repository. So that is called born digital, because you typed it and you created it in the PDF file, which is a digital format. So that is born digital. Second one is born digital surrogate of a physical object. That means, for example, say 20 years back, you submitted the thesis by writing or typing it using the typewriter. You typed it using the typewriter. Now it is available in the physical format in the university. Now, in order to digitize this, you have to scan the content using a scanner, and then you convert this into a PDF and put it. So this is called digital surrogate of a physical object. And the third format is only metadata, which is only the basic information available. Say for example, IEEE and this one Springer, they have only given the metadata only. They have not given the full text. So these are the three types of content that are available at NDLI. So as I mentioned, we primarily act as content integrators or content aggregators, and we collaborate with various educational research and publishing partners. So these are some of the partners whom we have collaborated with. There are, so far we have collaborated around 78 such content contributors. Now let's look at what type of content we have at NDLI. Computer science, this is as per the DDC classification. DDC stands for duodecimal classification. People from the library science background might know. For people who are not from the library science background, kindly go to Google and search about DDC classification. So computer science, information and general works, we have closer to 99 lakh resources. Of philosophy and psychology, we have 6.1 lakh resources. Religion 2.2 lakh resources. Social sciences 45 lakhs resources. Language 1 lakh. Natural science and mathematics 83 lakhs. Technology 1 crore. The arts, fine and decorative arts 4.5 lakhs. Literature and rhetoric 7.8 lakhs. History and geography 6.1 lakhs. So this is a kind of resource we have at NDLI. And if you, these are the top 20 content contributors for NDLI. So World eBook Library, they have contributed closer to 77 lakh resources, right? And in fact, the government of India has procured national license from World eBook Library. So I will talk about the national licensing in a little while. And then followed by CiteSeerX 52 lakhs, PubMed Central 38 lakhs, IEEE Explorer Library 33 lakhs. For IEEE, we only have the metadata, we don't have the full text. So you can see the major content contributors of NDLI here. And then what type of content we have at NDLI? You name any form of educational resources, it's available. Starting from an ebook, or access to an open access journal, books, periodicals, audio lectures, video lectures, presentations, manuscripts, data sets, question papers, term papers, assignments, solutions, question banks for various competitive examinations. So you name any form of thesis, dissertation, so you name any form of educational and knowledge resources, it's available. And article dominates the content type. So closer to 3 crore resources are articles only, followed by books, which are 64 lakhs, reports 12 lakhs, notes 11 lakhs, law acts 8.7 lakhs, law judgments 8.7 lakhs, technical reports 7.1 lakhs, thesis 6.4 lakhs, Historical records 5.3 lakhs, video lectures 3.6 lakhs. Access options. So when you search at NDLI, you will see below every topic 3 icons. The first icon denotes the access option, and the second option denotes the language of the article. Suppose if it's ENG written, it means English resource, and this is the file format. So here it's a text file. Okay, so suppose if you want only full text, so open the green lock, open, and a man with NDLI written on it. These two denotes the full text available. Full text means you can actually download these resources, entire content, and then use it for educational purposes without paying a single penny. So it's completely free of cost. Rest of the resources, suppose if it's shown subscribed, for example, your institutions have subscribed to IEEE or Springer, and they are mostly IP bound. Then suppose if you are accessing it from your institution, that entire resource can be accessed through NDLI as well. Restricted and limited access are very few. Limited access is like only partial texts are available. Restricted is you can't access this resource. Now let's see like access right wise content. So open resources are about 2.74 crore resources, as NDLI resources are 77 lakh resources. So if we add these two, we have closer to 3.61 crore resources, which is 75% of our total resources are full text resources, which means 3.6 crore resources can be downloaded and used for free. Now let's look at who is this for and what type of content we have. So NDLI is meant for every group age wise. If you look at starting from school going students to college going youths, professionals who are in the working domain, academicians and researchers, entrepreneurs and lifelong learners. Anybody who is interested in learning, we have resources for them. Now let's look at how to access NDLI. Accessing NDLI is very simple, right? You just have to go to Google or any other search engine and then type National Digital Library of India. And the first URL you get, ndl.iitkgp.ac.in, or alternatively there's one more URL which is ndl.gov.in. Both the URLs work. So here you just have to click on the first URL. Once you click, it will take you to the home page. So this is how our current home page of NDLI looks like. So you will see this pop-up window, which is primarily like designed by our team during this lockdown period. Okay, now let's look at how to search. So for searching, you have a search box here. So this is the search box. So you have to put the search topic carefully. So you need to put the exact keyword, the search keyword properly without any spelling mistakes. So this is the first thing you should remember. Identify the right keyword and enter it without any spelling mistake. So say here I have written history of English literature and then click on search. Then the list results will appear. So here I applied a filter called subject category. So on the left hand side, I can see some filters. Filter names are access restriction, author, subject category, educational degree, education difficulty level, educational level, file format, language, learning resource type, source. So these are the filters available on the left hand side. And on the right hand side, you have a filter called content type, which is text, audio, video, application, animation, image, and simulation. This is the content type, another filter. So I have applied two filters, language and literature. So I applied subject category. I applied two filters. I got 6.74 lakh resources on the topic of history of English literature. And the next topic I searched was modern India. So I applied two filters. One is access restriction. Here I wanted only full text, so I clicked on NDLI and open, and then a subject category of history and geography. So I got 20,000 results on the topic of modern India. And the next topic I searched was Indian constitutional law. Here I wanted only full text. I clicked on open and NDLA. I got 31 lakh results on the topic of Indian constitutional law. And the next topic I searched was on 1984, which is one of those top 10 novels in the world. So I chose 1984, subject category literature and rhetoric. And here you can see the original text of George Orwell, source World Library. So you can actually, this is a full text because you have seen NDLI icon here, which means now it's available in Hungary as well as in English. So you can choose the English language here. You just click here and it will open. And the next topic I searched was sociology. So here I wanted only video lectures. So what I did was I typed sociology without any spelling mistake, clicked search, and then on the right hand side I have a field called content type, filter called content type, and I clicked on video. I got 455 videos on the topic of sociology. So now you can further narrow it down by applying subject category and other relevant filters. Next topic I searched was on microeconomics. So here I chose the source of Asim Premji Foundation and MIT OpenCourseware, and I got 251 results on the topic of microeconomics alone. Next topic, human physiology. Again, I wanted only video lecture, so I clicked on video. I got 12,788 results on the topic of human physiology. And the next topic I searched was on engineering mechanics. Here I wanted only from a specific author called Sudarshan Iyengar. So I clicked on Sudarshan Iyengar. I got 862 resources on the topic of engineering mechanics. And the next topic I searched was on artificial intelligence. Here I applied 2 filters. Three filters. Access restriction, I wanted only full text, subject category, computer science and technology, source from MIT OpenCourseware. So I got 64 results, primarily video results on the topic of artificial intelligence. And the next topic I searched was on pedagogy of science. Here I wanted resources only from a source called TeacherTube. So TeacherTube is specifically for the teacher training institutions. So you just have to, this is primarily meant for teachers. So you can, all the teachers can use this TeacherTube. So I clicked TeacherTube. I got 84,941 video lectures on the topic of pedagogy of science. And the next topic I searched was on rural marketing. I clicked only open and NDL. I got 6.3 lakh resources on the topic of rural marketing. So during this time of lockdown due to COVID-19 pandemic, so our team has actually classified the resources into various educational levels and disciplines. So in order to access this, what you can do is go to homepage or any page. On the top, you will see this icon called Corona Outbreak Study from Home. So you have to just click this icon. Once you click, this pop-up window will appear. So this is the pop-up window. So here you can see the various educational levels and disciplines, starting from school, UG engineering, UG science, UG other disciplines, language, management, and law. So these are the various options. So you can actually navigate by clicking on the corresponding filter, and then you can navigate down further. And also our team has actually collated various research resources on COVID-19 virus. So actually NDLI already has a lot of resources on the topic of COVID-19. So our team has actually collated these resources. Once you click, you will be able to see the various resource materials available on COVID-19 research. Now let us see how to open a resource at the NDLI. So here I searched for a topic called research methodology, and then I clicked on search. I got, and then I applied a filter called source Lovely Professional University. There are 1,438 results available. Suppose if I want to open the first result, so I just have to go here and click on this URL. Once I click, this page will open. So there are 2 tabs on the top. One is the content, another one is the metadata. So you have to first click on the metadata. Once you click, this is how the metadata looks like. Metadata, as I mentioned, it's nothing but data about data or basic information about the resource. So the title is research methodology, source is Lovely Professional University, content type is text, publisher is Excel Books Private Limited, file format is PDF, language is English, subject domain, subject keyword, educational role, learning resource type, publisher date. And then you can check whether it is, check the access restriction. It shows open resource, so you can actually download this resource. And then you need to check whether I have already logged in or not. Once you see you have already logged in, here I have logged in as Vignesh Swarnamohan. Now you can click on the content. Since I have logged in and it's open resource, the entire document, 338 pages of document, has downloaded in my system, and I can use it for educational purposes, or I can share it with the relevant people. Imagine, suppose if I have not logged in. So here my name is not appearing, which means I have not logged in. So in order to download, once I click on download, if I am not logged in, this page will open. So you have to click on this icon called login. So once I click on this login, this pop-up window will appear. So suppose if you have already registered at NDLI, just enter your email ID and password, and then enter the captcha, click login. Now you will be able to download the entire resource. Suppose you have created the account, but you forgot your password, then you can click on this account recovery button. Okay, once you click, this pop-up window will appear asking for your email ID. So here I just put your my email ID, and then email ID which I used for registration at NDLI, and then submit. Then you will get a verification email to reset your password. Suppose if you have never registered at NDLI, so there is a button called register. So you can register as an individual user. So you just click on the register button, then the registration form will open. It will capture full name, email ID, password, and confirm password. So these 4 details are mandatory. Rest of the options are optional. Date of birth, gender, state, these are optional fields, so you can choose and then submit. Once you submit, you will get a verification email in your email. Just verify that email ID, then you can enter your email ID and password, enter the captcha, and login. So the entire registration process will not take more than 5 minutes. Suppose if it's a video lecture, so this is how the video lecture will look like. So as I mentioned, for accessing NDLI, you need to remember 2 important things. One, you need to know the search topic with correct spelling. So that is one that you need to remember. And the second thing you need to remember is filters, various filters that you can apply to narrow down the results. So I'm going to talk about some of the important filters that you may want to use. The first filter is open, access restriction filter. Open, if you click open and NDLI, you will get the full text resources. And the second filter is author. So you can, suppose if you want resources only from Voizang, so just click on this, then you will get the resources only from this author. And the next filter is subject category. This is as per the subject category. This is as per the topic. Say for example, if you have put the topic of agriculture technology, then you can look at it in social sciences as well as under technology. So based on the search topic, you can choose the subject category. And the next filter is file format. Suppose if you want only PDF files, go to file format and then click PDF. Suppose if you want only audio files, click on MP3. Suppose if you only want video files, click on MP4. And the fifth filter is language. So there are 300 languages. The content is available in approximately 300 languages, both Indian as well as international languages. So you can go here and then search the relevant language. And the next learning resource type is filter is learning resource type. Suppose if you want only audiobooks, so just click here audiobooks. Suppose if you want only case studies, click on case studies. Suppose if you want thesis, go here and type thesis. Suppose if you want only book, go here and type book, then the filter will appear, just click there. And the seventh filter you may want to remember is source. So as I mentioned, there are 278 sources which to whom we have partnered with. So you can actually choose the relevant source and then narrow down the results. And the next important filter is the content type, which is available in the desktop application or the laptop. You can see it on the right hand side, so you can choose the relevant content type. So this is how you can narrow down the results. And also this entire interface, NDLI interface website can be accessed in your own language. Say for example, currently it is available in various Indian languages, Hindi, Bangla, Gujarati, Kannada, Marathi, Oriya and Tamil. So few more languages are also being added. Say for example, Malayalam and think one or two more languages are also being added. So you will be able to see it in all the Indian languages very soon. And also for ease of access, we have created a mobile app both in Android as well as in iOS, right? So in order to access the app, you can either go to the Play Store or the iStore. So just say for example, for Play Store, just go to Play Store and then type National Digital Library of India. This how the logo looks like, and this is the publisher, National Digital Library of the publisher. Then you can just install the app in your mobile phone. Similarly, iStore, you can go and search for National Digital Library of India, and then you can see the download the app. Now let us see how to access the NDLI mobile app. So once this is the NDLI Android app. So this is how the home page looks like. So you will see the subject domain, learning resource type, featured resources. So suppose if you want to search in the Android app, so what you need to do is just click on this search icon. So once you click, this search box will appear. Okay. So here I searched for a topic called Uttar Pradesh in my keypad, typed Uttar Pradesh in my keypad and then clicked on search in the keypad. Then the results, 41,573 results came on the topic of Uttar Pradesh. So in the desktop application, we saw the filters on the left hand side and on the right hand side. But whereas in the mobile app, this is available on the right bottom corner in the orange color icon. So this is the filter icon in the mobile app. So you just have to click on this filter icon. Once you click, all the filters which we saw on the desktop will appear on the top. So you can see the various tabs that are visible: source, content type, access restriction. So in order to access all the remaining filters, you just have to scroll this button, then you will see the remaining filters also. So here I went to source filter and then I applied the resources from Aligarh Muslim University. I applied, then I got 199 results on the topic of Uttar Pradesh. So this is how the mobile app works. Okay. So now before we move to the next part of the presentation, I'm going to give you a small activity. Okay. So the activity is two parts. One is first, I request, or just wait for a minute. So the first part of the activity is go to Play Store or iStore and then search for NDLI mobile app and install it in your mobile. So that's the first part of the activity. And the second part of the activity is you search for the topic of your interest or study and then see whether the resources which you are looking for is available at NDLI or not. Okay. So you have to first download the NDLI mobile app, either in Android or in iOS. Download it and install, and then open the app, search for the topic of your subject of study and give me your feedback. Kindly type, I have installed the app, what topic you searched in the NDLI mobile app. So during this time, so I'm going to give you 5 minutes. Now it's 12 14. I'm going to give you 6 minutes till we will come back by 12:20. So during this time, you can actually turn on your video so that I can take some screenshot of the participants. Okay, for reporting purpose, I'm going to take few screenshots so you can turn on your video. Okay, and be only visible and don't wear some shirt and then only come to the screen. So don't come like a normal hangout. So just come in a decent presentable way so that we can take some screenshots. And your 6-minute time has already started, so kindly do activities. One, kindly install mobile NDLI mobile app and then search for the topic of your subject of study, and then enter the feedback in the search in the chat window by putting your whether you install the app, what topic you search, and whether it is useful or not. Okay, and the time has already started. So there was a question from, so there was a feedback from Dr. Shiva Nair that she has already installed the app and searched on the topic related to e-shopping and marketing. Thank you, Dr. Shiva. And there was a question from Mr. Nageshwar Rao. He was looking for the content on the topic of political science, but in Telugu. But there may not be resources on Telugu. But if you know any content contributor who can give us content in Telugu language, kindly give us. So kindly don't share your screen, please. Okay, Dr. B. Shiva, install the app. I want you to tell me like the topic you searched and the kind of content you got. Library science, Dr. Davinder Kaur searched on the topic of library science. Thank you. The session is not yet over, so you have to wait for a few more minutes. What is meant by authorized? See, I request you not to share the screenshot, because if everybody starts sharing their screens, then it is going to be a chaos. So I request you to give the feedback only in the chat window. So there was a Dr. Babita Kaur searched on the topic of criminal law. Okay, install the app and search for psychology. Shahili, okay. So kindly wait for a few minutes. I'm just capturing few screenshot for the report. Okay, so kindly don't share the screen. So you can turn off the video now because it's going to consume a lot of bandwidth. So you can turn off your video. All the book is open. It is good. I've downloaded. The topic is marketing. Somebody, why Vijay Arun searched on the topic of marketing. Good to use. Thank you. App and then search for education technology. Abraham Lincoln speeches and letters. Not able to turn on the video. It's okay. If you're not able to turn on the video, it's perfectly fine. You can turn off the video now. Okay, so if you are taking some screenshots, kindly send it to my email ID. That would be really helpful. Reading habits among school children. Okay, so thank you. You have done a wonderful job. But this is just the beginning that you have started. So you can turn off the video now. So I was telling you that this is just the beginning that you have started doing it now. So now we have a critical important task that we have to do. The topic or the subject of study, whether you are teaching or you are a librarian. So we are about 100 people in this webinar. I want each one of you to at least spread this tool to 100 people in the next half an hour or 1 hour. So kindly share this app with your friends, family members, relatives, students, anyone you know, and then ask them to download and use it for their educational purposes. So it is completely free of cost, and any Indian citizen can easily register at free of cost, and then they can download in DLL. Okay, so at the end of this session, I'm going to give you an activity, an assignment on this topic of this webinar. So people who submit that feedback and the assignment will only be given the certificate of participation for today's webinar. Okay, so if you need the certificate of participation, I will share the URL towards the end of this session. So you can go to that URL and then download this. Just fill this basic details and answer to the questions about this webinar, and also about feedback about the NDLI and this webinar. So that is what you are going to do in this session. After this session, so I will share all of you with all of you the URL in a short while. So now I will start the remaining presentation. Is the presentation visible to you? Okay, so thank you for the feedback. So now I will now we will look at what is the difference between Google and NDLI with the help of an example. Imagine there is a girl called Payal who is studying in class 8 in Hindi medium, and there is a guy called Shamik who is interested in pursuing his PhD on the topic of magnetism. So both of them go to Google and they searched for this topic called magnetism, and both of them got 1.89 crore results. Okay, now they came to NDLI and they searched for the same term called magnetism, and they got 11,16,674 results. Now what Payal did is she applied few filters. The filter is she went to educational level and chose 5th to 8th standard, and then language Hindi, and she got 8 results only. Now you can imagine the difference between 1.89 crore and 8. And the next what Shamik did is he chose only career and technical papers, and he got 290 results. So this is the difference between. Now let's see what is the major difference between Google and NDLI. First and foremost, so there is no competition between Google and NDLI. So Google is a brilliant, huge giant. We don't have any, we can't even go near to Google. But there is a slight difference. So now let's see how Google operates. See, Google, suppose if you give the term called magnetism in the search engine, it goes to the entire World Wide Web and search for the topic of term of magnetism, and wherever this term magnetism is there, it will fetch back this results. But you can't distinguish whether this is coming from an authorized source or an unauthorized source, whether it is relevant or irrelevant for the users, whether it is real or fake information. It can't distinguish. Wherever this term is there, it will fetch the results, whether it is an educational content or a non-educational content. It can't distinguish. But whereas at NDLI, we actually we collaborate only with educational content providers, right? And all the contents are curated for educational purposes only. So that is the first difference. And the second thing is you have filter options, various filter options to narrow down the results at NDLI. And the third option is you can modify search based on the various content types. And the last difference is national licensing. So Government of India has procured national licensing from, say for example, World eBook Library and South Asia Archives. So from these two partners, we have procured the content. So this is some of the basic statistics. We have 23,000 content like partner institutions, 55 lakh registered users with 23 lakh active users, 11 lakh downloads, average 30,000. Now every day we are passing 3 lakh average hits. So the big picture is already you have this option of credit transfer and virtual certification. So this is already available. So you can take up to 20 credits. So in future, what may happen is, if you have a mobile phone or a desktop or a laptop with internet connectivity, you can actually augment various certificate, degree, diploma programs through online, which may or may not happen. Okay, and now let's look at, there is a new initiative that we have started called NDLI Club. So the objective is to bring back the culture of reading among the young generation. So now let's look at what is the objective and how to start an NDLI club in your own institution. The primary objective of NDLI club is to promote the culture of reading among the young generation and the population overall, and also take forward the knowledge resources of NDLI to every citizen. So that is the dual objective of NDLI club. Now let's look at how do we do that. First thing is, you need to form an NDLI club with the members. There will be student members, faculty members, and ex officio secretary and principal as the ex officio chairman. So identify at least one student from each class and one faculty member from each department, with librarian or any other faculty member as the ex officio secretary and principal as the ex officio chairman of the club. Once you form the club, get this list approved by the principal, and then there is a NDLI club registration form that is available. You just have to this is the NDLI club registration form. It's temporarily we have created. So once it is up and running, we will share it with you separately. So you have to just fill the basic details about your institution, and then attach the file list of NDLI club members in PDF format. And then when are you planning to start the NDLI club, and then submit. Once you submit, we will do a backend verification of your application, and then we will issue a certificate of registration to your institution. That certificate of registration is valid for 1 year, right? Within that 1 year, there are two things that you need to do. One is, you need to register all your students and faculty members under NDLI, and this can be done through a dual process. First is, you can do individual registration. For institutions, this is not advisable. Suppose if it's a college or a school, if you go through bulk registration, right? Bulk registration means you have to collect the email ID, first name and last name, only 3 details from each student and faculty member, and put it in an Excel file. Okay, so just like collect all the students and faculty members email ID, preferably personal email ID, first name and last name. So collect all these details, and then you have to send it to our email ID, ndl-support@iitkgp.ac.in, with a copy to my email ID, which is vignesh@ndl.gov.in and vigneshjnu@gmail.com. So for bulk registration process, the advantage that you get is, when UGC, NAC, ACT, and NAB comes for accreditation or verification, so if you show them this NDLI club certificate, they will ask you like how many students registered, how many of them activated, and how many of them actually actively using. So that time, if you show the certificate and the list of people who have registered and activated, you will get 2 or 3 additional points during that visit. So that is secondary, but primary thing is, if you take forward these 4.8 crore resources, the student will find it useful. And imagine, suppose your family members or your children or your relatives who are not into NDLI, they can do an individual registration also. How? Let's look at how. So just go to home page, and on the right and bottom corner, you will see this register icon. So you just click on the register button, then the registration form will appear. So there you need to fill the full name, address, email ID, password, and confirm password. The rest of the fields like date of birth, gender, state, city, these are all optional fields. And then you submit. Once you submit, you will get a verification email. Just verify that email, then you will be active. You will be activated, and then you can log in with your username and password and access NDLI resources. And the second part, what you need to do is conduct at least 10 reading or knowledge related activities. So what are some of the activities that you can do? It could be a lecture series or a NDLA quiz, storytelling session, go fish session, film screening, drawing competition, role play, writing competition, makerspace, or debate. So these are some of the activities that you can do under NDLA club, and you need to conduct at least 10 such activities within the next 12 months. Okay, so based on your activities, NDLI will renew the certificate of registration, and these are some of the clubs activities that you can see in the pictures. Now, where to start for starting the NDLA club? First, identify the NDLA club member, student, faculty member, nodal person, and the chairman. You have to submit the registration form, NDLA club registration form online, and then you can conduct an awareness session for the NDLA club members, and then they go back and conduct an awareness session for the students and faculties, and then conduct a month, and then upload all the users, students and faculty members under NDLI, preferably bulk registration, and also individually, and then conduct a monthly reading related activity. So this is the beginning, and also we are looking at identifying and rewarding best performing NDLA club at the district, state, and national level. And also we have started conducting NDLA Reading Olympiad. We conducted a district reading Olympiad at Coimbatore, and now we are planning to conduct it in other districts and state level and national level reading Olympiads also. So this is my contact details. As I mentioned, my name is Dr. Vignesh. My official email ID is vignesh@ndl.gov.in, and personal email ID is vigneshjnu@gmail.com. Mobile number is 9999654458. And for bulk registration, you can write to ndl-support@iitkgp.ac.in. And this is my colleague's personal email ID, rajendra.singh1310@gmail.com, and his mobile number is 8197564857. So this is what I wanted to share it with all of you. Now, if you need the certificate of participation, you have to submit a feedback form along with the a small quiz. So for the next few minutes, nobody kindly don't type anything in the chat window, because I'm going to put the URL for the feedback of this session. Kindly don't put any thank you message or anything. I'm just going to put the feedback URL, feedback, and some questions about this session. So you have to fill the basic details, fill all the questions with that we have asked, and then give some feedback about this webinar, and then submit. Okay, so this you have to do it say before 2:30. We have 2 hours. It's 12:30 now. You can fill this form by 2:30, and of people who submitted this form, we will be issuing the certificate of participation, and also we will cross verify it with the list of participants which we have stored in this from this session. Okay, so now I hope all of you have I'm just putting the form, feedback form URL again. So kindly click on this, go to the form, fill the basic details, and then respond to the questions based on the presentation which I gave few minutes back. Suppose if you don't remember it, just go to NDLI website and then search for the filters and other questions, fill the details, correct answer, and then give the feedback about NDLI, and then submit. Okay, and now let's open for questions. So now we can take questions from the participants. You can just put it in the chat window. Kindly don't unmute your mic. Just put it in the chat window one by one. Okay, there was a question from Dr. Suresh Nair. Do you have any scheme for corporate libraries? So Dr. Suresh Nair, kindly send me an email separately so that I can uh, connect you with the right team member who can help you. But overall, all the resources are available. All the free resources, open resources are available for you free of cost. So subscribed resources, there I can connect you with the corresponding team member. So, Kannamal, there is a question from, can you send the feedback forms and assignment questions to our email? Sorry, I can't do this because then it will go to everyone who has subscribed. So, I'm sending you the form URL key to your personal again, so you can download. What is the basic advantage of bulk registration over individual registration? Okay, so suppose if you have come as a individual, suppose if it's an institution, say for example you are part of a college, and suppose if you want to if NAC or AICT or UGC or NAB comes for like recertification or verification, so that time they will ask you specific questions, right? Digital resources. So suppose if you mention like you have NDLI club certificate, and if you have done NDLI, you are an institutional partner of NDLI, then they will ask you to give you a certificate. So that time you can show them the NDLI club certificate, and then they will ask you to produce the number of people who have registered and how many number of people who have activated. So that time you have to show the statistics from NDLI. Okay, so suppose if they have registered as individual users, you may not be able to show all of the users under your category. So that time you need to you will, if suppose if you have registered them under bulk registration, all of them will be showing under your college name. So that time you can show it the team members who are visiting, then you will get 2 or 3 points. How NDLI will be used for school library? We have all the school boards, NCRT books, lot of school educational videos like Khan Academy, Teacher Tube. We have animation, simulations, lab experiments, and JEE, IIT, JEE, NEET examination materials. All these things are available, so you can use it for schools. Whether it's a private school or a government school, you can use the resources. Yes, I will share the PPT with people who have given the feedback. Search is good, and in the filters under the access restriction, it is authorized. In that, for some resources, it was asking username. Okay, so yes, authorized. You have to give them the additional information. So, Mr. Ryan Mundal, what I will do is, suppose if you give the feedback in the link I gave, I will send you a follow-up email to all of you along with the certificates. So there, NDLA club details will be mentioned, and also this presentation will be given to you. So Dr. Dawalpat, so you can conduct a lecture series or a quiz competition or a writing competition, debate competition, oratorical competition, say quiz, what you call film screening. So any reading or knowledge related activity you can conduct. Marathi language material available, yes, Dr. Pradnya Shagar. Marathi language, see, Indian language materials are available, but not in huge quantity. Suppose if you come across any Indian language content which may be useful for all the other people, so kindly give it in the feedback form. Yes, Miss Nina Grish, yes, you can receive the NDLA club mail. Okay. Vinayak Gavdeji, you have to submit the feedback form, then we will be able to give you the follow-up email with NDLA club, the presentation, and also the certificate. Okay, there are 46 messages. Where can I get the feedback form, sir? So I'm giving the feedback form again in the chat window. Kindly check the chat window of your mobile app or the desktop application. So I request all of you to kindly wait for a few minutes. I'm going to put the feedback form URL, feedback form URL, feedback form URL. And as I mentioned, we have scheduled two more sessions tomorrow, 11:30 a.m. and 2:30 p.m. And my humble request to all of you is, suppose if you have attended today's session, kindly do not join the tomorrow's meeting, because it's going to be the same session, and you will be blocking other participants. So rest of the participants have to attend. So kindly do not join the tomorrow's both the sessions. That would be a great help, so that more people can join and benefit. So don't worry, for people who have missed some part of the presentation, I will give you the entire presentation, and also this entire webinar will be uploaded in the YouTube channel, our YouTube channel. I will, once it is uploaded, I will send you the YouTube channel URL so that you can see the entire video lecture. Let me check why the feedback link is not opening. I just checked. So the feedback form is opening. I just opened. So, and I have got 5 feedbacks also so far. So don't tell me that the feedback form is not opening. It's opening. Okay, so if there are not much questions more, so you may leave the meeting. And this, I'm again putting the feedback form URL again. So kindly submit your details, and kindly don't forward this to your friends and relatives, so that they will and I will cross check it with the number of participants for today's session before I issue the certificate. So kindly keep only you fill the form, or don't send it to your friends or relatives. Yes, you can contact me, Dr. Shumadi, how to fill feedback, sir, now only using. So you can fill it. You just click on this URL, you will be taken to that page, and then you can fill the basic details. So if you want to contact me, you can, I request you to send me an email, and if it's very urgent, you can send me a message on WhatsApp. Whenever I get free, I will respond to your message on WhatsApp. uh, I avoid taking calls because I may be in the session, and by if you call, I may have to miss your call, so I may not know who you are. So kindly send a WhatsApp message with the critical your basic details, like who you are, what institution you belong to. Yes, so if you want the certificate of participation, kindly fill the feedback form. And if you want to submit it, I have already got 7 responses so far. I got responses from Savitri Pule, Pune University, Shayali Kole, Prahlad Taylor, Shaili Belani, Ajay Sarjerao Binse, Dr. B. Kursami, Purnachandra P. Nayak, ML Soumya, Prapavati, Dr. Keshavar Duri. They have all submitted the responses. And for people who have never logged into India Like, kindly register yourself and start using the account. We've got 14 responses so far. Yes, you can. I will. You can use the PPT in your college. There is no restriction. Seventeen responses so far. So once you submit the feedback, you can leave the meeting. Eighteen responses so far. CE or run document server. Just give me a moment. We got 26 responses so far. Satish Kumar, Dr. Jakrati Vandekar, Satish Kumar D, Premlata Sharma Swami, Reena Singh, Dr. So as people are submitting, I'm not able to read out everybody's name. So kindly bear with me. 30 responses. Okay, so if you submitted the form, you can leave the meeting. Thank you, Dr. Shiva Nair. Thank you, Ms. Mamta Hindocha for feedback. Anindra Ji for the feedback. Mr. Satish Kumar D, thank you for the feedback. So, Sankaran Charyer, kindly, so give me some time. Actually, I'm looking at too many things. So I will, we can discuss, we can have a separate discussion on this. Thank you, Nina ji, for the feedback. Nina Girish. Uh, Thank you, Rameshwar. By all 36 responses so far. 37. Thank you for the feedback, Riya Das ji, for the NDLA club. So, Sakundala, the here I'm sending you the feedback URL to your chat message again. So, I will be able to send the e-certificate only in the emails which you have registered. So, kindly give the correct email ID, because in the registration form you have given wrong emails. So, kindly give the correct email. People who have submitted the feedback, kindly you may leave the meeting. We've got 43 responses so far. So, Keshav Guriji, so I will send you the follow-up email with the process to set up NDLA club, along with the presentation and the certificate. So, kindly wait for a few more hours. Thank you, Riyaji, for leaving the feedback. Thank you, Dr. Rajeshwari, for submitting the feedback form. Dr. Sangeeta, kindly submit the feedback form. There we capture all the details, including your full name, email ID, mobile number. So kindly submit it there, and I will send you the certificate to that email ID. So Dr. Suresh Nair, though I was aware of NDLA, this meeting has helped me get a better picture now. Thank you, Dr. Vignesh, for your crisp communication and all, making all parties engage with some hands-on. Thank you, Dr. Suresh Nair, for the wonderful feedback. Thank you, Vichi Arun, for the feedback. People who have submitted the feedback, kindly you may leave the meeting. We have got 49 responses so far. 50, 51 responses. Thank you, Lakshmi Priya Raju, for the feedback. Harish Chandra Barve, thank you for the feedback. By Dr. Suresh Nair, Dr. M. Tambesri, thank you for the wonderful we are initiating in this. We can start it now, better late than never. Thank you, Dr. Ravi Kumar, for the feedback. Thank you, Akila Jiri, for the Akila Arora Ji for the feedback. Vishal Dey here, have you received my feedback? I'm not able to check, but we have, as we speak, we are getting the feedbacks. Shabida sent feedback from sir. Thank you, Shabida Ji, for the feedback. Ajay. 54 responses so far. Thank you, Muntaji. Thank you, Dr. M. Kamre Selvi, for the feedback. Thanks for the wonderful session. Thank you. Fifty-seven responses so far. Responses. I'll just get back to you, Mr. Ram Shai. Yes, we've got your feedback, Mr. Ram Shai Kumawat. Shubhangi Bidakar. Yes, Dr. Dhamarachal, we will issue the certificate to the email ID which you have given at the time of feedback. Ms. Subhangi Bidakar, kindly submit the feedback form so that we will be able to issue the certificate. About my feedback, Prahlad Taylor, yes, your feedback was received. Jeetu Sharma. Bale. Yes, Mr. Sunil Bale, we have received your feedback. We've got 62 responses so far.